Drop it. I just want a little bit of peace
Noraziela.
and love. Peace and love.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Adriana Nazri. I am the Human Resource Manager at Kuala Lumpur Noble Government, and I'll be conducting your interview this morning. Please do sit comfortably. Thank you for coming for the interview today. I hope there isn't any inconveniences in reaching our location. So, before we start, let me give you some ideas of what I'd like to cover today. As you all may know, we're interviewing you for the position of Commis Chef or Junior Chef. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right then. We are looking for someone with a good listening skill and communication skill, and a person who is dependable and with an excellent teamwork skill, someone with an athlete experience in working in the kitchen or culinary. So the said person must also be able to pay attention to detail and prepare a hands-on approach to work, as well as possessing food safety knowledge. These are the soft skill and requirement of an efficient coffee chef. Now, shall we proceed to the question? When I ask you a question, each one of you will answer one by one before we proceed to the next question. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that sounds fine. Thank you.
Yes, that sounds good, ma'am.
Great, let's get started then. So now, can you please tell me a bit about yourself, Aina?
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aina Nazihah binti Jamil, and I currently live in Kuala Lumpur, and the restaurant is quite close to my place. It takes only 30 minutes to drive if there is no traffic jam. Taylor University is the place where I pursue my dream of becoming chef, and the course that I take is Bachelor of Patisserie Art. I graduated about 3 months ago from Taylor's University, and the course that I take is Bachelor of Patisserie Art. Before this, I took a diploma in culinary arts from the same university. My hobby is obviously baking, and I do have talent in baking or other forms of dessert, and I inherited this skill from my grandmother and mother. They also have their own recipes that have been passed through generations. My passion is now completely in this area, and with the skills I have, I am sure I will make my family proud. Some of my good characteristics are that I am a quick learner and a responsible person who is capable of doing tasks. I am also creative too.
All right, thank you. Then how about you, Fareena?
Okay, hi. My name is Fareena Hamizah binti Mustafa, and I am currently from Malacca. I am from Sunway University, Malaysia, and I am taking the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management with a major in culinary. I graduated a few months ago, and before this, I already passed diploma in culinary arts. Based on my course that I take, I think you already know what my hobbies are. I love to cook, and sometimes, if I have a leisure time, I will make some kind of dessert or cake and also cookies. I am really willing to learn, and professionalism is my chief principle. That means when it comes to my personal matters, I will never let it mix with my work.
I see. Now, Noraziela?
Hello everyone, my name is Noraziela and I live in Selangor. I took Diploma Culinary Arts from Berjaya University College of Hospitality. I already graduated with a diploma in culinary art. My hobby is cooking, and I found out that cooking is something enjoyable, and for me, cooking really can help me with finding new recipe, and it is a really fun thing to do. I am not really quick to learn, but I am brave enough to start a new. For example, I like to try to cook a new recipe that I had never tried before.
All right, off to the next question. Can each of you share what you know about our restaurant?
From my understanding, this restaurant serves millions and more customers around the world, including people in Malaysia. This restaurant has years of experience in cooking classic and authentic fresh dishes, starting from entree to dessert. All of these restaurant branches are doing so well, including in this country. I do read about some of the news about this restaurant having wonderful food and services, and also several awards that have been received during its year of service. I am especially interested in the restaurant's vision, which is to offer bits of France in the heart of Malaysia and delight every guest with remarkable dining and hospitality experiences that keep them returning.
Okay, for this question, as far as I know, Noble Gourmet is a fine dining restaurant in Kuala Lumpur that serves authentic French dish bistro cuisine. It has a number of locations around the world, including 5 restaurants in Malaysia. Their mission statement is going back to basics, connecting flavors of French with the Malaysian community through culinary traditions and culture.
And for me, I found out that Noble Government is a good restaurant in Kuala Lumpur with high performance in their work.
Alright then, let's move on to the next question, which is what attracts you to work in a restaurant as a commis chef?
As I heard in it is a position or a vacancy in this restaurant, I feel very happy because I know this is the time for me to achieve my dream, which is cooking and working in a professional kitchen and gain those experiences for my life. With such a great reputation starting from its food to the hospitality and the environment in the kitchen. It really attracted me in working here and hoping to grow bigger and become a wonderful chef. Becoming a commis chef is a great start of developing my skills because we do need to learn and observe from the experts before going to the bigger stage.
Okay, the only thing that leads me to choose this restaurant is I have witnessed how the manager or the supervisor instruct the workers or crew to accomplish each task given with an efficient, prudent, and timely manner, followed by good customer service.
What attracts me to work in this restaurant is I want to gain my experience in my course, which is culinary arts. Besides, being a commis chef is my goal for now.
Alright, now will you care to share with me what are your greatest strengths and attributes that you have?
My greatest strength or attributes are I know I am a great cook who learned a lot through my university's years, also working in several kitchens as a cook in a few restaurants. Making any classic French cuisine is one of my specialties, and understanding the process and the way it looks are also my strength. Although I do have experience in working before, it is just a part-time job as a dishwasher and I am learning by just watching other people cook. Honestly, it is a great starter for a cook like me to learn by observing things.
What can I tell you about my strength or my attributes are? Whenever I face a problem or having a hard time while accomplish the task that have been given, at first I will fight. I will feel like I want to give up. But at the same time, I will tell myself that you can do it, Fareena. This is your future. And that will encourage me to not giving up and keep fighting on it.
And my strength or attribute is I'm being able to pay close attention and notice minor details. I can see current information in relation to how it's compared to my past experience. Because of this, I'm quickly notice changes and catch mistakes before they turn into a bigger problem.
Alright, would you care to tell me what is your greatest accomplishment that you have achieved?
Story about my biggest accomplishment is when I get to join the competition that was held by a professional chef, Anna Olsen, when she was in Malaysia to shoot her cooking show with one of the most famous Malaysian chef, Chef Wan. Through her Instagram account, she announced the competition details and I signed in to become contestants. I won second place because I lost to the male contestant that shows great skills in his dish. I was really nervous and sad because I did not win it, but I am proud of myself since I show a lot of my specialty, which is in cooking French dishes. I feel a lot more confident in making French dishes as it has been approved and amazed Chef Anna also and also other judges. I do get to showcase it when cooking coq au vin that is usually using pork or bacon, also wine. Since I am Muslim, I change it to chicken and other stock from halal protein, which is chicken and fish. I do get 15,000 ringgit for becoming one of the finalists and won second place.
For me, my greatest achievement is when I took part in a cooking competition. This program was open to the public, but I joined as a representative from my university. To put it another way, this occasion or program was judged by famous Malaysian chef, Chef Wan and Anna Olsen, which is nerve-wracking. And the more shocking or unexpected thing that happened is I got myself qualified in the top 5. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it until the final because to make myself qualified to the final, I need to get myself in the top 3. But overall, it made me very satisfied, and that was my biggest achievement or greatest accomplishment that I have achieved. Oh, and actually, I just realized that I have entered the same competition with Aina, and her cocoa bean is very sensational. I was surprised you did not win, Aina.
Hey, thank you. Yes, I also noticed you as one of the contestants as well. Your dishes were also greatly praised by the judges. What a coincidence that we applied for the same job, right?
Yes, indeed.
And for me, my greatest accomplishment is that throughout my college years, I consistently earned 4.0 GPA in every semester. I was also one of the excellent students that was chosen as the representative council on behalf of the culinary arts department. This opportunity had greatly impacted me as I was not only used as a model to other students, but also allowed me to learn how to lead others.
All right. Well, that is impressive. Congrats to you all. Now, would you care to tell me how has education prepared you for this job?
While taking a diploma and a bachelor degree, it takes me to discover and learn new things also in adapting in a chaotic and hectic situation in the kitchen. It also helps me in improving my skills not only in making desserts, like baking, also in other savory dishes, whether it is traditional or modern dishes. To work at a professional kitchen in this restaurant, I do believe in myself because all the skills I learn and experience that I gain really helps me in preparing myself for this job.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I had studied culinary arts at Sunway University, Malaysia, which had laid the groundwork regarding food and beverage services, essential cuisine techniques, kitchen operations and management, food hygiene and sanitation, menu design and creation, by which in consequences, equipped me with broad and in-depth knowledge of food, excellent communication skills, strong management and organizational skills, ability to work well under pressure, and fast-paced decision-making skills. All skills and attributes befitting of one who works in the culinary profession like commis chef.
My years of education have prepared me well for this position because practical and theory-based assessment during has equipped me with plethora skills relevant to these professions such as essential cuisine technique, kitchen operations, and cooperation skill, which I believe I excel at. I will also note that my college syllabus also implement a hands-on or work placement where we work temporarily in a few restaurants. Hence, I have the working in real kitchen conditions and can be applied while working here as a commis chef. I do learn a lot through my university life by observing things to practical class that I attend and by learning with my friends too. I take everything that I learn from my study to prepare for this job because everything that I learn is a wonderful skill that can be used in my career.
I see. Now, let me ask you another question. Are you willing to work overtime and under great pressure? Since working in a professional kitchen along with other professionals sometimes require you to take a hit.
Yes, I am willing to work overtime and under big pressure as I know and realize this is what it takes to become professional. In nailing this job, I am ready to face as I believe this will help me in developing myself.
How about you, Fareena? They typically work long hours, including evening, weekends, and holidays. Will you be fine with this?
Yes, sure. I am fully aware of the work requirements and sacrifices that come with it, as it is the nature of the job. I wouldn't deny that it will be tiring. However, I am passionate and committed to honing my skills and becoming a prestigious chef to serve the finest dish that this restaurant could offer. So I am totally fine with it.
How about you, Noraziela? As you may know, commis chefs may work in a hot, noisy, and fast-paced environment. Some may even be required to lift heavy pot and pans and stand for a long period of times. Will this work environment suit you?
I believe so because growing up loving cooking, baking, and creating dishes in my family house, high temperatures and a rowdy atmosphere did not bother me at all. After all, I did not mind one bit whether I had to move a lot because of rushing to prepare the ingredients or holding a pot temporarily. In order to assist the professional chef, as long as I was able to contribute to the manifestations of this restaurant. Plus, I like an environment with an intense workflow.
Alright then, let's move on to the next question, which is what is the best French dish you ever made?
French known for its various dishes that is special and classic also mouth-watering. Fine dining can easily be found in many French restaurants and also known of its flavor and finesse. As I love cooking desserts and it is my specialty, I do make it a lot also in the competition. Chocolate souffle, macarons, cream caramel and cream brulee. All of these are the dishes that I really know and confident in making them, also being inventive in making them in other way but keeping that classic taste. Other French desserts are also the best French dishes that I ever made.
Alright, for me, the best French dish that I have ever made would be flamette. It has a puff pastry crust filled with cheese and vegetables and resembles a quiche. The traditional filling is leeks and cream, although various variations exist, and my exact recipe actually has been certified and approved by my culinary instructor as the best version of flamette.
For me, I have not tried any French dish before since I never get the opportunity to cook it, but I am willing to learn how to make one.
Okay, now for information, our restaurant has its own recipe and method of creating our cuisine. Thus, it might differ with your way of preparing the dish. Are you willing to follow the established standard and formula?
Yes, I'm willing to follow the established standard and formula. This is really important in keeping restaurant standards of having their own food and taste. It is a must for all workers.
Yes, me too. Of course, ma'am.
Of course, ma'am.
Now, that's all for my that's all question that I have for you all. Now, do you have any question for me before we move on to the hands-on physical exam in the kitchen?
I do, ma'am. Can you elaborate further on the commis chef work scope in your restaurant, since the job responsibilities could be unique for each restaurant?
Of course. Now, some of the responsibility of a restaurant junior chef are assisting other chef in the establishment, measuring the ingredients for chef de partie, receiving deliveries and verifying all the items and receive and are to make sure they are all in good quality, and assist with stock rotation, preparing meals and vegetable, and for instance, washing, peeling, chopping, and seasoning variety kind of them. And besides that, they also required to dispose of the expired and spoiled food items, and they're also required to clean the cooking stations of the chef.
Um,
Other question?
I have a questions.
Yes.
Will the company offer any career development if I work as a commis chef here?
Yes, definitely. A commis chef career path can be a great way to get your foot in the door of culinary world. As a commis chef, you will have the opportunity to learn from the experienced chef and work your way up the ladder. You might even be able to take on some extra responsibility and become a sous chef or a head chef.
What are the benefits for employees?
Some of the benefits are learning opportunities with one of the best professional chefs in Malaysia, as we have one of those in our restaurants, and many opportunities to grow since we offer job growth for those who are deemed deserve it, and also competitive salary. If you realize from our poster, we compared to other restaurants with the same position, we offer much more and higher than what others commonly do. Also, the higher the pay, the fiercer the competition, right?
Sorry for asking, excuse me for asking. But what is the salary of this particular position?
The salary for this position is RM2 2,122 per month. Now, do you have any question left?
For me, I do not have any other questions, ma'am.
Yes, I think so. I think also no, madam. Ma'am.
All right then. Thank you to all of you for your time and cooperation. We hope to make a decision and reach back to all of you approximately in a week. I will hand over the evaluation to the head chef. For your cooking assessment, you may leave the interview.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.